Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world before dreams had names. The air is soft and full of warmth, carrying the faint sound of wind moving through leaves larger than any tree you've ever seen. The ground hums gently beneath your feet, alive but calm, breathing in a rhythm that matches your own. There are no roads, no voices, no cities. Only open land stretching forever beneath a golden sun that never hurries to rise or set. The earth is young and full of quiet wonder. Rivers move like slow ribbons of light, reflecting the sky's calm colors, pale blue melting into soft gold. Somewhere, far in the distance, a giant shape moves through tall green ferns. It walks slowly, peacefully, its heavy steps blending with the earth's gentle heartbeat. This is not a dangerous world. It is a world of balance, where life is simple, slow, and endlessly patient. The wind carries the scent of wet soil and blooming plants, the same air that once drifted over oceans and mountains that no longer exist. Each breath you take feels ancient, as if the air remembers everything, every leaf, every drop of rain, every quiet heartbeat that ever lived here. The sunlight is soft and warm on the skin, falling through tall trees that stretch toward the sky like sleeping giants. You can almost hear them whispering as they sway, their leaves brushing one another in slow conversation. The shadows they cast move gently across the ground, like clouds floating through time. There are no humans here, only peace. The land is green and endless, alive but unhurried. A small stream flows nearby, its water so clear you can see smooth stones beneath the surface. Every sound is gentle, every movement slow. Even the creatures here seem to move with care, their shapes blending perfectly with the quiet rhythm of the earth. As you walk deeper into this ancient dream, the sky begins to shift, gold turning into amber, amber fading into violet. The sun lowers, and everything glows softly, wrapped in a warm light that feels like comfort. Somewhere above, the first stars begin to appear, tiny sparks of calm against the wide, endless sky. The air cools, brushing softly against your face. You feel safe here, far away from noise, far away from hurry. The earth beneath you feels alive, steady, and kind. In the distance, a gentle breeze moves through the ferns, whispering secrets of a time when the world was young and still learning to dream. You breathe in again, slowly. The scent of rain mixes with the warmth of the soil. The sound of water, the rustle of leaves, the slow rhythm of life, it all begins to fade into a peaceful hum. The world feels endless, and yet perfectly still. And as you stand in this calm place, before humans, before memories, before words, the earth seems to breathe with you. Every sound, every shimmer of light, every soft shadow becomes part of a greater quiet. The kind of quiet that soothes the heart and slows the mind. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine walking into a forest older than time itself. The air is thick with the scent of rain, moss, and green life. Every breath you take feels full and soft, as if the world is breathing with you. The light that falls through the leaves is calm and golden, moving gently across the ground like ripples on quiet water. The trees rise so high that their tops disappear into soft clouds. Their trunks are wide and warm, their bark rough but kind, covered in 1,000 shades of green. Tiny drops of water slide down their sides, catching bits of light as they fall. Somewhere far above, you can hear the slow creak of branches swaying in the ancient wind. The forest feels alive, but peaceful, each sound soft and deep, like the earth whispering in its sleep. Between the roots and shadows, small streams twist and turn, carrying cool water through the soil. You can hear them murmuring quietly, blending with the soft rustle of ferns that sway in the breeze. The air here is damp, full of life that hums beneath every leaf. And there, among the mist and light, move the dinosaurs, not roaring or fighting, but calm and at home in this green world. You see a great, long-necked creature walking slowly through the trees. Its steps are steady and quiet, each one pressing softly into the earth. It lowers its head to nibble at the high leaves, moving with patience, with care. Around it, smaller ones walk together, brushing against each other gently, their eyes soft, their breathing slow. They move through the light like memories, enormous, peaceful, and unhurried. Their tails sweep through the grass, stirring the air with a rhythm that feels like a heartbeat. When they stop to rest, the forest seems to pause with them. The wind slows, the leaves grow still, and the only sound is a quiet breath of life itself. The light above shifts again, from gold to green, from green to deep jade. Sunbeams slide through branches like slow rivers of color, and everything glows softly. The forest floor is covered in ferns and flowers that open only for the shadows. They do not rush to bloom, they simply exist, waiting, breathing. You can almost feel the temperature change as a gentle rain begins to fall. The drops are large and slow, landing on the leaves with quiet pats that sound like a lullaby. The smell of rain grows stronger, sweet, earthy, calm. The dinosaurs stand still beneath the trees, letting the water slide over their backs. Steam rises gently from their skin, mixing with the mist until everything fades into soft silver light. For a moment, time doesn't move. The air is warm and wet. The sound of life blends into a deep, soothing hum. You can feel it in your chest, the forest breathing in, the forest breathing out. Even the smallest creatures, hiding under leaves or curled within flowers, move in rhythm with that slow pulse. As the rain fades, sunlight returns, soft, golden, and kind. The trees drip quietly, each drop falling like a thought returning to calm. The air feels clean, full of peace again. You stand among these giants, feeling their quiet strength. The ground beneath you feels alive, the sky above endless. In this place, nothing rushes. Everything grows and rests in perfect balance. The world is full, yet silent, and as the forest breathes around you, your own breathing matches its rhythm. Slower, deeper, softer with every moment. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a river older than any dream, flowing through a green and endless world. Its surface glows softly in the morning light, bending and turning through land like a ribbon of silver silk. The air is warm and full of gentle sound, water sliding over stones, leaves brushing together in slow rhythm, the faint sigh of wind that moves like breath across the surface. This river has been here forever. It remembers the first drops of rain that ever touched the earth. It remembers the steps of creatures that came to drink, the soft prints left behind that vanished as the water rose. Every ripple carries a story, told not with words, but with calm movement and endless patience. Along its banks, tall ferns lean over the edge, their leaves dipping into the current. Tiny waves catch the sunlight and break into pieces of light that dance across the forest walls. The sound is slow and smooth, never rushing, never loud. It feels like the world's heartbeat, steady and sure. Far away, through the mist, a gentle rumble begins. Not thunder, not danger, only the deep call of the earth. You see a shape moving through the trees. A large dinosaur walks toward the water. Its steps are soft and careful, each one pressing lightly into the mud. It lowers its head to drink, and for a moment, the whole forest seems to listen. You can hear the soft splash of its tongue meeting the surface, the tiny circle spreading wider and wider, touching everything in reach. Other creatures follow, smaller ones, young ones. They wait their turn, watching the moving light on the water. No fear, no hurry. The river gives to all who come. It flows quietly, carrying pieces of leaves, drops of rain, memories of faraway mountains. Everything that touches it becomes part of its journey. If you listen closely, the water begins to sound like a whisper. It tells stories of time, of life, of stillness. It has seen the dawns and dusks of millions of days. It has washed over roots, stones, bones, always moving, always gentle. The river never argues with the earth. It follows the land, bends when needed, and keeps flowing no matter what changes come. The dinosaurs move away again, calm and full. Their tails leave soft lines in the sand that the next wave slowly erases. The wind carries a faint mist from the water's edge, cool and refreshing, touching your skin like a kind thought. The sunlight turns deeper now, the color honey. You can see reflections shimmering, leaves, wings, clouds passing above. Each moment is quiet, yet alive, like breathing with the world. The river flows on, smooth and sure, its voice low and comforting. As the day fades, the water turns darker, but it still glows with memory. The stars appear above, and their reflections sparkle on the surface like slow-moving fireflies. The current keeps whispering, telling the story of time, not as something that hurries forward, but as something that circles, always returning, always gentle. You feel yourself drifting with the flow, light as a leaf on the surface. The sound of water fills your mind, steady, calm, eternal. It carries you past the stones, past the roots, past the shadows of sleeping creatures. Every turn of the river is soft, every sound invites peace. The river remembers everything, but it holds nothing too tightly. It lets go, it flows, it forgives. And as it moves, it carries you deeper into rest, calm, slow, and free from all weight. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the first light of morning falling on an ancient world. The sun is young, and its glow is gentle, not harsh, not bright, but warm and golden, spreading slowly across the wide land. The air is cool, filled with a soft mist that catches the light like silver dust. Each beam moves carefully, touching leaves, stones, and the quiet bodies of creatures still resting from the night. The world is quiet, still half asleep. Somewhere far away, a bird-like cry echoes, soft and lonely, carried on the cool wind. The first rays of sunlight slide through the tops of the giant trees, painting the world with shades of gold and green. The light does not rush. It moves like a sigh, spreading across the forest floor, waking it gently. A family of dinosaurs stays in the distance. The largest lifts its head first, slow and calm, its breath rising in the cold morning air like mist. The little ones stretch beside it, blinking softly as the light touches their faces. They stand together in silence, eyes half closed, feeling the sun's warmth on their skin. It is not just light, it is comfort, a promise that the world is still kind. Every surface glows, the bark of trees, the wet leaves, the calm surface of a nearby pond. Tiny droplets of dew catch the sunlight and sparkle like stars that forgot to fade. The forest hums quietly as the warmth spreads. The insects begin to move, the air fills with gentle sound, wings, leaves, water. All life wakes slowly, unhurried, as if time itself is stretching. The young sun hangs low in the sky, glowing like a golden pearl. Its light feels softer than the sun we know today, wrapped in the breath of clouds and the thin veil of an untouched sky. You can almost feel it on your skin, not hot, but soothing, like being covered in a warm blanket. A slow breeze begins to move through the trees. It bends the ferns, ripples the grass, carries the smell of damp earth and sweet air. Somewhere, the sound of footsteps, the steady rhythm of a great creature moving through the early light. The ground vibrates gently with each step, but the feeling is calm, not frightening. The dinosaurs walk through the soft gold, their long shadows stretching like dreams behind them. One lowers its head to drink from a pool, and the ripples shimmer with sunlight. Around it, the forest begins to glow brighter, the colors growing warmer, amber, jade, soft yellow. It is a painting of peace, a world without noise or worry, where every breath is easy. As the sun climbs a little higher, the light becomes a little stronger, but never harsh. It touches the tops of cliffs and the edges of distant hills, turning them into glowing shapes against a sky of endless blue. The air feels alive, but still calm. The warmth reaches deeper into the land, waking flowers hidden beneath the leaves, warming the eggs in their nests, stirring life with quiet care. You can almost hear the earth sigh, the sound of comfort after darkness. The morning stretches, soft and unbroken, like time itself slowing down. The young sun shines, full of promise, full of peace. And as you imagine this ancient morning, this slow awakening of the world, you can feel that same warmth inside you, a soft light spreading through your chest, calm and golden. The same light that touched the first forests, that shone on the first rivers, that watched over the first dreams. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a wide green plain covered in soft mist. The air is cool and still, holding the faint scent of wet leaves and sweet grass. In the distance, the horizon moves, slowly, gently, as if the land itself has come alive. Then you see them, the gentle giants of the ancient world. They move like mountains in motion. Their long necks rise high above the trees, their great bodies glowing softly in the morning light. The earth beneath them hums with every step, not loud, not heavy, but deep and slow, like the heartbeat of the world. Their skin shines faintly, touched by dew, smooth and warm under the golden sun. These are the sauropods, the quiet giants who live not in hurry, but in rhythm with the earth. They move together in herds, each step calm and certain. Their tails sweep softly behind them, drawing long lines through the grass. They do not rush. They do not fight. They simply move, slow and steady, following the scent of green leaves and gentle water. Their size is immense, yet there is no fear in their motion, only peace, as if they know they are part of something greater. A soft wind moves across the plain, carrying the sound of their breathing, deep, steady, and slow. It mixes with the rustle of trees and the whisper of grass. Every sound becomes part of a soft, endless song. The world feels balanced, each creature fitting perfectly in its place. One lowers its neck toward the ground, its head moving through the mist like a drifting cloud. It wraps its mouth around a patch of tall leaves and pulls them free with quiet grace. You can hear the faint sound of chewing, slow, rhythmic, gentle. There is no hurry here, no hunger, only the simple peace of being alive. Nearby, a smaller sauropod walks beside the larger one. It looks up, its eyes wide and calm. The older one leans down, brushing its nose softly against the young one's head, a moment of ancient tenderness. Even giants, it seems, knew how to care, how to love in their quiet way. As the sun climbs higher, the light turns warm and golden. It touches their backs and tails, painting long shadows across the plain. Dust rises slowly from the ground, turning the air into a golden haze. The sound of their footsteps grows softer now, blending into the wind. You can almost feel the rhythm, step, breath, heartbeat, moving through the world like a lullaby. The forest nearby watches them pass. Trees bend gently as their bodies brush the branches. Birds scatter into the air, their wings flashing in the light, but soon return to rest, unafraid. Even the smallest creatures seem to know these giants bring no harm. The ground that shakes beneath them feels safe, alive with calm energy. In this world, power does not roar or strike. It moves with peace. These gentle giants carry the weight of the sky on their backs, yet they move as softly as drifting clouds. They are reminders that strength can be kind, and that even the mightiest hearts can beat in quiet rhythm. The air grows warmer as the herd moves toward a river. One by one, they step into the shallow water. The surface ripples slowly around their legs. They drink in silence, their reflections swaying in the sunlight like golden shadows. When they lift their heads, drops of water fall from their mouths and catch the light like jewels. Time seems to slow here. The world breathes in and breathes out. The dinosaurs continue their long, peaceful walk, disappearing slowly into the haze. Their sound fades, not gone, just distant, as if the earth itself is falling asleep again. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world where calm minds lived inside the bodies of giants. The air is soft, touched by the golden glow of evening, and the ground still carries the warmth of the fading sun. Somewhere in the distance, the slow, steady rhythm of footsteps rolls across the earth, not hurried, not loud, just a quiet pulse of life moving with purpose. These giants, the dinosaurs of peace, were not creatures of anger or rage. Though their bodies were massive, their hearts beat with patience. Their minds were steady, clear, and quiet. Inside those enormous skulls lived thoughts as gentle as a wind that moved through the grass. They knew how to move without breaking the world beneath them, how to live without fear, how to protect without harm. You can see them now, a herd of long-necked sauropods grazing in the fading light. Each movement is graceful, careful. When they turn, they do it slowly, so that the young ones walking near their leg are safe. Their necks bend and sway with soft rhythm. Their tails move like ribbons in the air. Even their breathing is calm, deep, steady, peaceful. Their brains were not made for anger or cruelty. They were made for balance. Every thought was simple and clean, focused on what was needed. Food, warmth, safety, family. They did not think in rush or noise. Their way of living was harmony, shaped by the rhythm of the earth itself. The same wind that touched the trees touched them too, and they understood it in a quiet way only nature knows. When a storm rolled over the plain, they did not panic. They stood still, letting the rain fall, their great bodies glistening in silver light. The thunder above did not frighten them. They simply blinked slowly and waited for calm to return, trusting the earth beneath their feet. Their stillness was their strength. You can imagine the young ones walking between their parents' legs, their small heads brushing against the tall grass. The adults bend down from time to time, checking gently, watching. No sound of alarm, no cry of fear. Just quiet protection, a kind of love too deep for words. The air smells of wet soil and green leaves. Somewhere nearby, water moves softly through the rocks. The herd walks toward it, each step placed with care. Even when the ground shakes, it feels soothing, a deep reminder that life is strong, but never violent. When they rest, they lower themselves slowly, their massive bodies folding into the earth as if returning home. The young ones curl beside them, their breathing soft and small. The night wind hums over the land, brushing over their skin, rustling the grass, carrying the soft warmth of life across the plain. In that quiet moment, you can almost feel what it's like to think as they did, not in words, not in worry, but in pure rhythm, to live by instinct and peace, to trust that the world will hold you if you move gently enough. Their calm thinking shaped their world. Because they were peaceful, the land around them stayed peaceful too. The water stayed clear, the trees stayed tall, and even the smallest creatures moved without fear. They were giants, but they left no chaos behind them, only calm footprints that faded quietly into the soil. As the night deepens, stars begin to rise above the trees, small points of light in the endless sky. The herd rests in their glow, eyes half closed, mind silent and still. The earth feels safe beneath them, the air full of soft sounds, the breath of giants, the hum of life, the whisper of time. And as you breathe with them now, slow, steady, peaceful, you can feel that same calm settle inside you. The quiet power of balance, the strength of stillness, the peace of a mind that knows it does not need to hurry. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a small light flickering in the vast green night of the ancient world. The air is cool, the moon shines softly through drifting clouds, and somewhere among the ferns, quiet eyes are watching. They belong to a tiny hunter, not fierce, not cruel, but curious, a creature of thought and patience. A Truden. It moves carefully through the shadows, every step slow and silent. Its head tilts gently, listening to the faint rustle of leaves, the soft hum of insects hidden in the dark. Its eyes are bright, catching the moonlight like pieces of silver glass. It does not rush, it studies. It understands the world around it, the sound of a branch bending, the smell of distant rain, the way stars shift slowly across the sky. This little hunter is not large like the giant of the plains, but its strength lies in its mind. It remembers where the best fruits grow, where water collects after rain, where the safest paths wind through the forest. It teaches its young not through noise, but by showing a tilt of the head, a pause, a slow step. They follow, learning quietly, learning well. When the night grows cold, they rest close together under the leaves. Their small bodies share warmth. One watches the forest while the others sleep, listening to the soft rhythm of the night. Even in the darkness, they are calm, their breathing gentle and sure. They are aware of every sound, but not afraid. The forest is their home. Above them, the stars begin to glow brighter. The Truden lifts its head to look, eyes tracing the patterns of light. Perhaps it does not know the names of the stars, but it knows their rhythm. It knows when they move, when they fade, when the dawn is near. The stars guide it, just as calm thought guides its life. In the morning, the mist rises again, wrapping the forest in pale silver. The Truden walks carefully through the wet grass, each step light and soundless. It watches small creatures move among the roots, watches birds stretch their wings in the first light of day. Its mind is always awake, but never restless. It thinks, but not in worry, only in quiet understanding. Intelligence, in this peaceful world, does not mean hurry or pride. It means awareness, the ability to notice, to feel, to remember. The Truden's small brain glows with quiet activity, mapping the forest, learning its songs. When danger comes, it does not panic. It pauses, watches, chooses the calmest path to safety. Thought becomes survival. Stillness becomes strength. As the day passes, the forest fills with soft sounds, dripping water, rustling leaves, gentle steps in the moss. The Truden moves with purpose, yet with grace. Its long tail helps it balance. Its eyes move carefully over every surface. When it finds something new, a strange plant, a glimmering shell by the stream, it stops to study it. The world is full of wonder, and it knows how to look closely. When the sun begins to set, the light turns golden again. The air warms. The shadows grow long. The Truden returns to its small family, to a place hidden between roots and vines. Together they rest, close and still. One breath follows another, soft and steady. The forest darkens again, the stars return, and time slows to a calm rhythm. The clever little hunter closes its eyes. The world hums gently around it, the same quiet song of balance, of life thinking without words. In this world, intelligence is not noise or speed. It is peace. It is knowing when to move and when to rest, when to act and when to watch the stars. And as you imagine this small mind beneath the vast sky, aware, gentle, alive, your own thought begin to slow, to soften. You breathe a little deeper. You feel the calm awareness of the night settle inside you too. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the first drops of rain falling on an ancient world. The air is thick with warmth, heavy and still, until the clouds begin to sigh. Soft drops touch the tops of leaves, one by one, and the forest begins to breathe again. The sound is gentle, 1,000 tiny rhythms blending into one endless whisper. Each drop hits a leaf, then slides slowly down, landing on moss, on soil, on quiet pools of water. The air smells of earth and life, clean and deep. The forest darkens, but not with fear. It darkens with peace. The light fades into soft green shadows, and the world becomes a lullaby of falling rain. You can see the dinosaurs resting under the tall trees. Their bodies are still, their heads lowered. Some close their eyes, listening to the sound. Others stand quietly, steam rising from their warm skin as the cool drops touch them. The little ones hide beneath the great bodies of their parents, safe and dry. Every movement is slow, every breath full and calm. The rain grows steady now, a soft curtain of silver light falling from the sky. It does not rush or roar. It falls in harmony, matching the rhythm of the earth's slow heartbeat. The leaves sway under its weight, releasing drops that fall again like echoes. The soil drinks deeply, soaking in every bit of water, feeding roots and seeds hidden below. Far away, a small stream begins to swell. Its gentle trickle becomes a deeper sound, rolling softly over smooth stones. The river welcomes the rain, folding it into its own journey. The air fills with mist, a soft, cool breath that wraps around everything. The dinosaurs lift their heads to feel it, eyes half closed, content. The rain teaches the earth to listen. It washes away dust, quiets the wind, slows the movement of all things. The creatures stop their roaming. Even the air seems to pause. Time becomes heavy and warm, like a blanket laid gently over the world. The forest glows faintly in the dim light. Each leaf shines. Each branch holds tiny droplets that sparkle like stars. The ground smells rich and alive. Every sound, every patter, every sigh feels soft enough to fall asleep to. You can almost feel it yourself, the way the air cools against your skin, the way the sound fills your mind without sharpness. It is not noise, but comfort. It is the earth reminding itself to rest. The same water that falls from the sky now will return again and again in endless calm circles of life. When the storm begins to fade, the world stays quiet. Only the last drops fall, slow, patient, final. They land softly on the heads of the resting dinosaurs, on the tips of ferns, on the surface of still ponds. Steam rises again as warmth returns. The sky opens slightly, showing a faint glow of light through clouds. The dinosaurs begin to move, but not quickly. They stretch, they breathe, they look to the soft light returning to the sky. The young ones step forward into shallow puddles, splashing gently, as if testing the world after its long sigh. The air feels fresh, new, full of peace. Everything that was touched by the rain shines now. The trees glimmer with silver edges, the soil glows dark and rich. The earth feels quiet, grateful. The rain has left behind calm, balance, and soft silence. You listen again. No thunder, no wind, only the fading song of drops falling from leaves. The world is clean and still. The dinosaurs rest once more, breathing deeply, their bodies blending into the mist. The land sleeps again under a blanket of quiet light. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine an ancient world wrapped in quiet silver light. The day has faded, the warmth has softened, and the air has cooled into a calm, gentle breeze. Above, the sky stretches wide and endless, a dark ocean filled with slow, glowing stars. Each one twinkles faintly, patient and kind, casting soft reflections over the land below. The dinosaurs have stopped moving now. The great ones lie together in the open plains, their bodies like hills beneath the moon. The smaller ones rest beneath the shelter of trees, close to their families, hidden among the shadows of tall ferns and wide leaves. The forest hums with a low, steady breath, the sound of the earth falling asleep. The air is cooler now, brushing lightly against the skin. The smell of rain and soil lingers, sweet and faint. In the distance, you can hear a gentle stream whispering through the rocks, its soft song blending with the chirping of ancient insects. Every sound is slow, soft, and rhythmic, a lullaby made by nature itself. High in the sky, the moon glows with a pale golden light. It is round and calm, watching over everything below. Its light spreads across the world, touching the backs of sleeping creatures, the tips of grass, and the calm surface of still ponds. The reflections shimmer, breaking and rejoining like slow breaths. The world feels safe beneath its gaze. A small dinosaur shifts in its sleep, letting out a soft sigh. Nearby, another nestles closer, the warmth of its family keeping the night gentle. The big ones dream too, though their dreams are silent, slow movements in their sleep, tails twitching slightly, a deep hum in their chests. Even their dreams seem peaceful, carried by the rhythm of their calm hearts. The stars above move slowly, sliding across the sky like drifting embers. Some shine brighter for a moment, then fade, replaced by new ones. The night sky is never still, but it never hurries either. It changes softly, patiently, like the breath of time itself. The world is darker now, but not lonely. The moonlight paints silver paths across the open plains, where mist floats close to the ground. You can see the outlines of the sleeping giants through the haze, their shapes calm and still, their breathing deep and slow. Each rise and fall of their chest feels like the rhythm of the earth, steady and soothing. Far away, a gentle breeze passes through the trees, making the leaves whisper. The sound travels like a soft wave, moving through the forest, across rivers, over hills. It touches every sleeping creature, reminding them they are safe, that the world still holds them in its quiet care. The moon continues to shine, calm and full. Its light rests gently on everything it touches, water, bone, leaf, and skin. It turns the night into something soft, something that feels like memory. You can almost feel it wrapping around you too, cooling your thoughts, slowing your heartbeat. The night deepens. The world sinks into deeper silence. The stars glow stronger now, steady and sure. The earth is resting. Every sound, every breath, every small movement becomes part of a single, peaceful song. The kind of song you don't hear with your ears, but with your whole being. In this ancient night, everything is asleep but the sky. The stars keep their watch, the moon hums softly, and the world below dreams of rivers, of forests, of gentle days yet to come. And as you breathe with it now, calm, steady, quiet, you can feel that same peace inside you. The same ancient calm that the dinosaurs felt beneath the moon. The same rhythm of the sleeping earth. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the horizon glowing softly in the distance. The world is dark, but far beyond the forests and the rivers, there is a deep orange light, pulsing gently against the sky. It is not a fire of fear. It is a quiet breath of the earth, steady, ancient, alive. Volcanoes rise like sleeping giants under a blanket of mist. Their peaks glow faintly, their slopes warm with light that flickers and fades again. You can almost feel it, the rhythm of something powerful, but patient. The earth below stays, not with anger, but with life that moves slowly, like breathing in the deep of night. The air carries a faint scent of warmth and stone. Somewhere nearby, you hear the soft roll of pebbles shifting under their own weight. The ground hums quietly, a low, endless note that seems to come from the center of the world. It isn't frightening. It feels like a heartbeat, steady, slow, and kind. The dinosaurs rest in the plains below, their eyes half closed, their bodies outlined by the dim orange glow. The light touches their skin, turning it to gold and copper. They lift their heads for a moment, listening to the faint sound of distant rumbling, then lower them again. They understand that this is the Earth's way of speaking, slow, calm, certain. The air above the volcano shimmers, thick with soft heat. Streams of smoke curl upward like ribbons, glowing where they meet the moonlight. Ash drifts gently through the sky, not heavy, not dark, but light as snowflakes, catching bits of orange as they fall. The forest watches quietly. Trees sway, but do not break. Rivers shimmer under the strange glow, carrying reflections of molten light through the dark. Sometimes the volcano breathes out, a deep sigh that rolls through the air. You can feel it in your chest, a vibration that travels through the ground, through the water, through the bones of the earth itself. Then it fades again, resting. The mountain does not rush. It waits, it watches, it changes in its own slow way. Even the sky seems to understand this rhythm. The clouds gather, thick and quiet, turning orange from below. The stars peek through them, dim but steady. It is a strange kind of beauty, fierce and peaceful at the same time. The world feels alive, but calm, strong, but kind. The heat rising from the land warms the air around it, mixing with the cool night breeze. The two balance each other perfectly, warmth and coolness, fire and air, light and dark. The balance never breaks. It just shifts, slowly, like the tide of time. The dinosaurs sleep through it all, their dreams unshaken. The ground may hum, the sky may glow, but nothing feels wrong. The world is still in harmony with itself. The volcano does not destroy. It creates. It gives the earth new shape, new soil, new breath. You can almost see the glowing rivers of lava flowing down its sides, slow and graceful, like liquid light. They move with purpose, finding their way to the lowland where they will cool and become stone. Each movement reshapes the world just a little, not in chaos, but in calm evolution. The earth has always been this way, shifting, breathing, dreaming itself into new forms. It does not rush. It does not fear change. Every pulse, every sigh, every glow in the distance is part of its quiet creation. As the night deepens, the orange light fades softer, mixing with the stars and the silver moonlight. The hum of the earth slows to silence again. The land cools. The air becomes still. Everything settles, breathing together, mountain, sky, forest, and heart. And as you imagine this distant glow fading into darkness, you can feel the same steady peace inside you, strong, warm, and calm, the quiet heartbeat of the earth beneath your thoughts. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine soft golden hills under a pale morning sky. The air is still, touched by the warmth of the rising sun. A quiet breeze moves through the grass, carrying the smell of dry sand and gentle life. In the hollow of the land, there are shapes, small mounds covered with fine dust, each one holding a secret beneath. These are the nesting hills, a sacred place where the earth holds new life close to its heart. The mothers are here, their great bodies curl protectively around their nests. Their eyes are calm and heavy with love, their breathing deep and steady. The ground beneath them feels safe, warm, alive. Each egg rests in a shallow bowl of sand, covered with soft leaves and bits of fern. The sunlight falls upon them gently, warming them like a quiet promise. You can almost feel it, the warmth of the earth meeting the warmth of the sky, holding the future between them. A mother lowers her long neck toward the nest. With great care, she turns each egg with her nose, one at a time. Her movements are slow and full of tenderness. She does not speak, but her eyes tell everything: patience, love, and silent hope. The air around her glows with soft dust and light, a world made of golden calm. In the distance, another mother hums softly, a sound so low it feels like the earth itself is singing. The others answer with gentle rumbles, a slow, soothing chorus that fills the valley. They do not rush. They do not worry. They simply wait, together, knowing that time will do its quiet work. Tiny insects move across the sand, glinting in the sunlight. The air shimmers with heat, but it is not harsh, it is comforting, like the warmth of hands wrapped around something fragile. The sky above is pale blue, wide and kind, with soft cloud drifting lazily across. Everything here feels still, safe, timeless. Sometimes the mothers rise and walk a little, stretching their heavy bodies, then return to the nests. Their tails sweep softly through the sand, shaping new ridges, smoothing old ones. Each step they take is gentle, every movement made with care. The world around them seems to pause, watching. Even the wind grows quiet, as if it knows this is a sacred moment. The sun climbs higher, its light deepening into a soft amber glow. Shadows shorten, and the eggs gleam faintly, half hidden under thin layers of dust. Inside them, tiny hearts are beating, small, steady rhythms of new life. No one sees it yet, but the mothers know. They can feel it. Life is waiting just below the surface, ready to begin. Hours pass, and the heat rises, but still the mothers stay. Their patience is endless. They have learned from the earth itself that all good things come slowly. They do not count the moments. They only breathe, and guard, and wait. In the quiet of the afternoon, a soft sound breaks the stillness. The smallest crack, so light it could be mistaken for a whisper. One of the eggs trembles, just slightly. Mother leans closer, eyes wide and gentle. She does not move too quickly. She only watches, her breath slow, her heart steady. The world seems to hold its breath too. The wind stills. The sunlight softens. The golden hills glow with quiet hope. There is no noise, no hurry, only the slow, sacred waiting of life beginning again. And as you imagine these mothers resting under warm sun, surrounded by silence and care, you can feel that same peace around you, the calm that comes from patience, the comfort of being watched over, safe and warm. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world where voices were not made of words, but of colors, movements, and soft sounds. The air is warm and golden, filled with quiet light that ripples gently across the plains. In this ancient calm, the dinosaurs speak, not with speech as we know it, but through a language older and softer than any sound we can name. The herds move slowly through the grass, each step part of a silent song. Their bodies glimmer in the sunlight, some with deep greens that blend into the trees, others with soft reds or golden tones that shift as they move. When one turns its head, the light catches the edge of its skin, flashing a message that only the others understand. It might mean safety. It might mean rest. It might mean love. You can see how they move together, a slow, graceful dance across the open land. When one steps, the others follow, guided not by sound, but by rhythm. A gentle nod, a tilt of the head, a small sway of the tail. These are their words. The wind carries these movements like music, soft and unbroken, connecting them all in a quiet conversation that never truly ends. From time to time, a low hum rises in the distance. It is not loud. It vibrates through the air like the song of the earth itself. One dinosaur calls, and another answers, the sound rolling gently across the plain. There is no rush, no noise, just a warm tone that drifts between them, filled with calm understanding. Even the colors of their skin tell stories. When the sun sets, their bodies shimmer with new shades, deep blues, pale oranges, quiet silvers. The light plays across them like a melody, changing with every breath. To the herd, these shifting colors mean connection, peace, comfort. They are together. They are safe. A smaller dinosaur walks beside a larger one, brushing its sides softly as it passes. The gesture is simple, but full of care. The older one lowers its head slightly in return. No words are needed. The meaning is clear. In this world, silence is not emptiness, it is understanding. The air around them hums gently. The grass sways in rhythm with their movements, and the sound of their breathing becomes part of the world's song. It is a music of life without noise, slow, full, and kind. Even the smallest gestures carry weight here. A flick of a tail, a soft breath, a heartbeat felt through the ground. As the sun lowers, painting the sky with shades of violet and rose, the herd settle. The golden light turns everything to shadowed silver. The dinosaurs rest close together, their colors dimming, blending softly into the night. The hum fades, replaced by the sound of quiet breathing and wind passing gently through the trees. The stars appear, small and distant, reflecting in the calm pools of water nearby. You can almost imagine that the world itself is listening, every leaf, every stone, every drop of dew, to this unspoken language of peace. No argument, no sharpness, only harmony, only gentle meaning that passes like air from one heart to another. You can feel it too, that silent connection, the understanding that doesn't need words, the calm that lives in stillness, in shared rhythm, in quiet care. It is the same language that exists in the waves, in the wind, in the slow movement of the night sky. The dinosaurs sleep now, their colors fading into moonlight, their breathing deep and even. The world hums softly around them, full, alive, and endlessly calm. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine lying beneath ancient trees that have stood for millions of years. Their roots twist deep into the ground, their leaves whisper high above your head. The air is warm, but a soft wind begins to move through the forest, slow, gentle, and full of life. It brushes against your face like a quiet hand, carrying the stories of the world in every breath. This wind is older than mountains. It has drifted over oceans that no longer exist, through valleys that have turned to stone. It remembers every creature that ever walked, every sound that ever filled the air. When it moves, it doesn't rush. It flows, gliding between leaves, weaving through branches, touching everything it passes as if to remind the world that it is still alive. You can hear it now, moving through the tall ferns and the heavy crowns of trees. It makes a low hum that rises and falls like a distant voice. It bends the leaves just enough to make them shimmer in the sunlight. Each sound it makes is soft, gentle, and endlessly patient. The wind does not speak in words, but you can feel its meaning. It tells you to rest, to breathe, to listen. Above you, the branches sway like slow dancers. Their shadows shift across your skin, cool and tender. The wind carries the smell of wet soil and ancient life, the scent of rain before it falls, the sweet breath of growing things. It moves through the forest like a living memory, touching every rock, every blade of grass, every drop of dew. A group of dinosaurs stands nearby, their great bodies half hidden in the green light. They do not fear the wind. They turn their heads toward it, feeling its cool touch across their skin. The little ones lift their faces too, blinking slowly as the air passes over them. It soothes them. It connects them to the world around them. The same breeze that brushes your cheek brushes theirs. The same sound that fills your ears hums softly through their hearts. As you lie there, time seems to slow. The forest moves at the pace of breath, the leaves swaying, the grass bending, the wind whispering through it all. You can almost hear voices in it, faint and far away. Perhaps they are the echoes of long-forgotten days, carried across endless ages. Perhaps they are the sighs of the earth itself, remembering how to be calm. Every few moments, the wind changes. It shifts direction, bringing with it new scents, new sounds. Sometimes it smells of the sea, sometimes of rain, sometimes of something sweet and unknown. Each breeze feels like a story being told, one that needs no beginning or end, just quiet listening. You take a deep breath. The air is cool and clean. It fills your chest and then leaves again, following the rhythm of the wind. In, out, slow and easy. You begin to realize that you are breathing with the earth, that its movement and yours are one. The trees hum softly. The dinosaurs lower themselves to rest. The world grows quiet again, and still the wind moves, slow and kind, weaving its way through the sleeping forest. It touches the surface of a calm river, makes tiny waves, then continues on, carrying light, carrying time, carrying peace. It is the oldest language, spoken by no one, heard by all. It says only one thing, again and again. You are safe, you are small, you are part of everything. The breeze moves over your face one last time, cool and soft, then drifts onward, leaving you warm, calm, and still beneath the ancient trees. The forest exhales. The earth sighs. The night begins to settle around you. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a quiet forest just before dawn. The air is cool and still, filled with a soft silver mist that floats above the ground. The world is holding its breath, waiting for the first touch of light. In this soft, half-dark peace, the hunters move, slow, graceful, and calm. A pair of Deinonychus steps lightly between the trees. Their movements are smooth, each step placed with purpose. They are not rushing, not snarling, not wild. They move like shadows, part of the forest, listening to the sounds of life all around them. Their eyes shine softly in the dim light, not with anger, but with quiet focus. They pause. One tilts its head slightly, hearing something far away, a rustle of leaves, a whisper of movement in the tall grass. But they do not chase. They wait. Patience is their strength. They understand that the world gives when it is ready, not when it is forced. So they stay still, feeling the earth beneath their feet, breathing slowly with the rhythm of the land. Their claws, sharp and curved, glint faintly in the soft morning light. Yet there is no cruelty in them. The claws are tools, part of balance, part of life's design. These hunters do not destroy. They keep the circle whole. Each action has purpose. Each breath has meaning. They take only what the world offers, and the world gives again, in time. As the sun begins to rise, the mist glows golden. The forest fills with gentle light, and the Deinonychus begins to move again, not in a rush, but in quiet coordination. They move together, almost wordlessly, their bodies swaying in the same rhythm. One steps forward, the other follows. Their bond is silent but deep, built from trust and patience. They hunt not from anger, but from need, guided by instinct, by the same calm force that guides rivers to the sea and leaves toward the light. When they move through the grass, the air trembles just a little, as if the earth itself recognizes their grace. Each muscle, each movement, flows perfectly, a quiet song of purpose and understanding. When they finally find what they seek, a small creature grazing in the soft light, they pause again. The forest seems to grow still. The birds fall silent. The moment stretches long, gentle, timeless. Then, with speed like breath, they move. The act is clean, quick, and certain. There is no cruelty here, only life giving way to life. Only the rhythm of the earth continuing as it always has. Afterward, the hunters rest. The forest grows peaceful again. The light deepens, painting soft gold over the leaves. The Deinonychus lie together beneath a great fern, their bodies half hidden by shadow. One cleans its claws with slow care. The other lowers its head, closing its eyes for a moment of stillness. There is no pride in what they have done, only balance, only quiet understanding. You can feel that balance in the air, the steady rhythm of life that never stops but never hurries. Every creature plays its part. Every action becomes part of a larger harmony. The forest hums again with soft sounds, insects, water, wind. The hunters are calm once more, blending into the music of the world. Above them, light filters through the leaves, scattering like golden rain. The day begins. The cycle continues. The earth breathes deeply, and so do they. No violence, no fear, just peace written in movement, patience, and purpose. And as you lie here now, you can feel that same rhythm inside you, the quiet balance of strength and stillness, of movement and calm. You, too, are part of that ancient harmony, the heartbeat of a gentle world that knew no cruelty, only balance. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the earth long ago, wide, calm, and slowly moving beneath the feet of the dinosaurs. It did not rush or shake. It moved gently, like a slow breath taken by the world itself. The land stretched and shifted, forming shapes that would one day become the continents we know. But back then, it was one endless piece of green and brown, surrounded by warm, deep oceans that shimmered like melted glass under the sun. The dinosaurs walked across this single world, never knowing it was changing beneath them. Mountains rose, not in a single moment, but over countless lifetimes, one grain of sand at a time, one breath of wind at a time. Valleys opened, rivers carved new paths, and the edges of the land began to drift apart, quietly, patiently, without sound or hurry. The air was full of warmth and light. Trees swayed in new winds that carried the scent of faraway places. The ocean slowly widened, the waves touching shores that had never met before. The earth was painting itself anew, using time as its brush. You can imagine the dinosaurs walking through this gentle transformation, herds crossing plains that would one day split into separate lands. They did not fear the change. To them, the world always seemed endless. The ground beneath them was alive, breathing, reshaping itself with care. They simply followed the green, the water, the light, finding new places to call home as the earth quietly unfolded. Sometimes the air would tremble faintly, a deep sound rolling far below the surface, too soft to startle, too far to see. It was a heartbeat of the planet, steady and calm. The dinosaurs would pause for a moment, listening, then continue walking, their heavy feet pressing into soil that had only just been born. Forests appeared where seas once lay. Oceans covered valleys that had once been grass. The land was not broken. It was growing, stretching, learning new shapes. The earth's crust moved like slow waves, invisible but full of purpose. The great sauropods wandered across the plains, their reflections stretching across lakes that would one day disappear. Smaller dinosaurs built nests on high cliffs that rose from the sea, not knowing that one day those cliffs would stand thousands of miles from any ocean. Life moved with the land, always in balance. At night, under glowing stars, the earth's quiet motion continued. The continents drifted apart so slowly that even time seemed to sleep between each moment. The world changed like a dream, smooth, gentle, and never-ending. The wind carried new seeds to new places. Rain fell on mountains that had never felt it before. Rivers that had once flowed north began to flow south, cutting new paths through stone. Each change brought new life, new colors, new sounds. The world was becoming more beautiful with every breath it took. And through it all, the dinosaurs walked. They did not control the change. They simply lived with it, trusting the ground beneath them, trusting the warmth of the sun, the pull of the rivers, the safety of the trees. They were children of the earth, carried by its slow heartbeat. You can feel that same movement now if you listen closely, the deep, steady hum beneath everything. The world is always shifting, always creating, but never in a rush. The same calm rhythm continues even now, under our feet. The continents still move, the earth still breathes, the balance never ends. The dinosaurs walked when new worlds were being born, and though they are gone, their peace remains, written in the stones, the rivers, the air. The land still remembers their steps, their calm, their trust in the slow, gentle motion of time. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a quiet morning when the world was young, and the air shimmered with soft golden light. The forests were waking, the wind was gentle, and among the leaves moved creatures that carried something new, something delicate and beautiful, something the earth had never seen before. Feathers. At first, they were small, thin strands of down no heavier than air, soft as breath, light as a sigh. They grew along the backs and arms of small dinosaurs, tiny sparks of warmth in the cool morning air. These feathers did not lift them from the ground, not yet. They were meant for comfort, not for flight. They were the earth's quiet gift, a promise of what life could become. You can see them now, moving slowly through the ferns. Each step is careful, unhurried. The sun filters through the trees, and the light catches the soft edges of their feathers, turning them to gold. When they breathe, the tiny plumes ripple, shimmering like gentle waves of silk. The forest glows with calm color, warm amber, deep green, and the faint blush of feathers glowing in the light. These feathers keep them warm as the air cools in the evening. They trap the breath of the wind and hold it close, keeping the small creatures safe through long, quiet nights. When rain falls, the drops slide off the feathers and land softly on the ground below. Each feather bends and sways, never breaking, always returning to its calm shape. Some dinosaurs begin to grow more of them, brighter, longer, more graceful. not for need, but for beauty. Their colors change in the sunlight, painting the forest with gentle reds and blues, soft browns and golds. When they move, the feathers whisper against one another, a sound too light to hear but easy to feel. It is the sound of change, of nature dreaming. A pair walks together through the mist, their feathers brushing lightly as they pass. It is a quiet language of affection, a sign of care and closeness. They tilt their heads toward one another, eyes calm, movement slow. The feathers shimmer where they touch, glowing faintly in the dim light. As the sun lowers, the forest turns silver blue, and the feathers become part of the evening sky, small echoes of clouds and starlight. The air cools, and the warmth within them feels like kindness itself, a gentle reminder that life can grow softer, even as it grows stronger. Over time, the feathers spread from one kind of creature to another, some short and fluffy, some long and graceful, some thin and bright like threads of sunlight. The world begins to fill with color and motion. Every breeze makes the air dance with light. Every movement leaves behind a shimmer, a ripple of calm beauty. The feathers are more than warmth now. They are dreams made real, delicate, fleeting, beautiful. The earth has learned to create softness from strength, lightness from the weight of bone. And as the wind moves through the trees, you can almost hear them, a quiet rustle that sounds like thought, like hope, like the very beginning of imagination. These feathers are not just coverings. They are nature's way of painting emotion into life. They are how the earth began to express its gentleness. When night falls, the small dinosaurs settle under the trees, curling into nests of leaves and moss. Their feathers puff softly as they rest, glowing faintly under the moonlight, still holding the day's warmth. The forest hums around them, full of quiet life and soft breathing. The first feathers drift to the ground, landing silently among the ferns. They do not break or fade. They rest there, light as whispers, waiting for the next morning, waiting to rise again in the wind. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the sky before the world was fully awake. The sun is only beginning to rise, painting the horizon in soft shades of pink and gold. The air is cool, the ground still covered in mist, and the first light touches the tops of the trees like a slow, glowing wave. The earth holds its breath. Then, above the quiet forest, something stays, a shadow moving through the light, slow and graceful. It is one of the first to fly. Its wings are long and soft, stretched between slender bones and covered in a thin shimmer of feathers. They move like the surface of calm water, bending and flowing with the air. The creature lifts itself from a branch, not with struggle or noise, but with gentle effort, a few beats, then silence. The wind catches its wings, and it begins to glide, floating effortlessly over the waking world. Below, the forest glows with morning light. Rivers twist like ribbons of silver through the valleys. The leaves shine with dew. The air carries the scent of earth and rain. From above, it all looks still, endless, and peaceful. The flying creature circles slowly, its wings steady, its body weightless. It does not chase the wind. It follows it, trusting completely. It glides through the pink sky, each movement slow, each turn as soft as thought. The air holds it like water holds a drifting leaf. For the first time in all of time, the earth has created something that can truly move between worlds, between the ground and the clouds, between the solid and the unseen. It is freedom, but quiet. Not a rush, not a burst, but a calm surrender to the wind. Other small flies begin to join, their silhouettes crossing the pale light of the morning. They weave around one another in slow, dreamlike circles, their feathers glowing with the sun's feist touch. Each one moves differently. Some glide long and far, some drift low above the trees, some flutter for a moment, then rest again. Together, they paint the sky with motion so gentle it feels like breathing. You can almost feel what they feel, the lift of air beneath you, the cool wind brushing your skin, the balance between movement and stillness. Every heartbeat matches the rhythm of the wind. Every thought becomes lighter, floating higher. The sky feels endless, but welcoming. When they turn, the sunlight flashes across their wings, leaving trails of gold that fade slowly behind them. The clouds drift lazily, glowing from within, and the flyers move through them like soft shadows through dreams. The air hums with quiet energy, not excitement, but peace. The world is learning how to be light. Below, the dinosaurs on the ground look up, calm and curious. They see the shapes gliding above them and pause to watch. No fear, only wonder. The sky, once unreachable, is now alive with grace. The early flyers circle once more before returning to the branches. Their claws grip the bark gently, wings folding close to their sides. The world is still quiet. The forest waits. The air is warm again. And in that stillness, you can sense the birth of something eternal, the joy of floating, the peace of weightlessness, the freedom of letting go. The sky blushes deeper now, turning from pink to soft orange. The creatures rest, their feathers ruffling gently in the breeze. They have tasted flight, and the air itself seems to celebrate, moving in small, playful swirls around them. It is a language without words, a promise that the world can be light, that life can rise and fall and rise again. As you imagine them gliding through the dawn, their bodies moving with the softness of dreams, you can feel that same calm weightlessness inside you, the feeling of floating between one breath and the next, between waking and sleep. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine holding a small, smooth stone in your hand. It feels warm, almost alive, as if it remembers something. The surface is cool at first, but as your fingers rest on it, it begins to share its quiet story, a story older than the sky above you, older than the forest, older even than dreams. This stone was once part of a world filled with motion and light. Long ago, before it hardened into silence, it was sand beneath the feet of dinosaurs. It heard their soft steps, felt their weight pressed gently into the earth. It lay beside rivers that whispered through ancient valleys, beneath skies painted with soft orange suns and silver moons. When the rain fell, it carried songs through the soil, songs that the stone still remembers. Even now, the earth keeps these memories. It never forgets. Every grain of sand, every pebble, every piece of fossil holds a moment frozen in time, a leaf that once floated in a breeze, a feather that once brushed the air, a shell that once shimmered under shallow waves. When the world changes, these moments stay behind, tucked quietly into stone, waiting to be found again. You can almost feel them beneath your fingertips, the faint lines, the soft curves pressed into the rock. They are not just shapes. They are echoes of life, turned to stone so the earth could keep them safe. Inside each fossil is a story told without words. A creature walking through the dawn, a fern reaching for the sun, a tiny insect resting on a leaf for the last time. Some of the stones hold the imprints of great creatures, the bones of giants, the marks of tails that brushed the ground, the impressions of skin that once felt the rain. Others hold smaller secrets, a footprint no larger than your thumb, the spiral of a shell no wider than a raindrop. Each one is a memory, preserved with care by the slow patience of time. The earth does not rush to remember. It takes its time, layer by layer, year by year. It folds its memories into rock and soil, into mountain and valley, until the whole planet becomes a living library of everything that has ever been. The wind reads these pages when it moves across the cliffs. The rain polishes them, keeping their stories clear. When you touch a fossil, you are touching time itself. You are holding a memory that waited millions of years to be touched again. It feels strong, but gentle, heavy with age, yet full of quiet life. It connects you to everything that came before, and everything that will come after. Imagine sitting on the warm ground, the stone resting in your hand. The sun shines softly across your skin. You can feel the heartbeat of the earth below you, slow, deep, and eternal. Somewhere far away, rivers are still carving new stories into the land. Somewhere, wind is smoothing new rocks, preparing them to hold the next chapter. The dinosaurs are gone, but their memories remain. They live in the curves of the stone, in the color of the soil, in the dust that glows in the sunlight. The earth keeps them not as ghosts, but as wisdom, quiet reminders that life always continues, even when it changes form. The stone in your hand grows warmer. You feel calm, connected, timeless. Every breath you take feels like part of the same rhythm that shaped the world. The earth is old, but gentle. It remembers everything, softly, without sorrow, without end. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the ancient world not in gray or shadow, but in color, soft, glowing, endless color. The air shimmers with warmth, and light moves through it like slow music. Every leaf, every stone, every feather breathes with quiet beauty. The dinosaurs walk through this world not as dark silhouettes, but as living rainbows of calm and light. Their colors are gentle, not the bright, shouting shades of fantasy, but soft greens that melt into gold, quiet blues that fade into silver, browns that shimmer like wet sand after rain. Some glow faintly under the sun, their skin catching the light in patterns that shift as they move. Others blend into the forest around them, their colors so natural that they seem born from the leaves themselves. You can see one standing by the edge of a shallow pond. Its reflection ripples across the water, blending the greens of its skin with the gold of morning light. Tiny waves roll outward, breaking the colors into pieces that drift together again, like a dream slowly forming and fading. Its eyes are calm. It does not need to dazzle. It only exists in quiet harmony with the world around it. In the tall grass nearby, smaller dinosaurs rest under shade of ferns. Their backs shimmer with soft bronze and olive tones. The sunlight filters through the leaves, covering them in dappled patterns that sway with the breeze. Their colors are not decoration. They are comfort, the way the earth holds them close, keeping them safe, unseen, and at peace. When the clouds drift past the sun, the colors of the land change again. The forest turns from gold to green, from green to silver. The dinosaurs move through it like living brushstrokes, their bodies glowing softly in the filtered light. The air hums with stillness, the world painted in warm tones of calm and balance. Some creatures have feathers that shimmer with faint color, like the inside of seashells. Blues that shift to violet when the light touches them. Yellows that fade to white when the wind moves through. These are the early signs of beauty not made for survival alone, but for expression, for the quiet joy of existing. The earth was learning how to decorate itself. Imagine the way the sun would rise across this world, painting everything with light that seemed to come from inside the air itself. The rivers would glow pink at dawn, the rocks would shine amber at noon, and the sky would turn soft purple as evening came. Every hour changed the colors, every cloud reshaped them. The world was never still, yet always peaceful. Even the great predators had colors that felt alive, but not harsh, deep grays with hints of blue, patterns that glowed faintly when they moved through mist. Their beauty was part of their strength, but it was quiet strength, something ancient and sure. At night, when the stars began to appear, the colors of the day didn't vanish. They only softened. The greens turned into silver, the golds into bronze, the blues into deep violet. The world seemed to breathe them in, keeping them safe until morning. Under the moonlight, the dinosaur's skin reflected faint light, like water shimmering in the dark. It was a calm kind of magic, the kind that never tries to impress, only to exist. You can almost see it now, the soft glow of ancient color washing over hills, forests, and lakes. It feels like a dream you've almost forgotten, but still remember how it made you feel. Peaceful, whole, connected. The earth has always loved color. It uses it not to shout, but to soothe. Even now, the same sky above you carries traces of those ancient tones, the gold of the sun, the deep green of the trees, the soft blue that cools the evening air. The dinosaurs are gone, but their colors live on, in the feathers of birds, in the shimmer of dragonflies, in the calm glow of morning light. Their world is still here, painted softly into ours. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine an ancient sky unlike any you have ever seen, vast, deep, and endlessly alive. The air is heavy and warm, filled with the scent of wet leaves and faraway oceans. The clouds gather slowly, their edges glowing with a soft silver light. The world waits, quiet and still, listening to the sky's gentle voice. Then it begins, a soft rumble in the distance, low and steady, like the earth breathing out. The sound rolls across the plains, through forests, over rivers. It is not frightening. It is calm, deep, and soothing, the kind of sound that makes you want to rest, to listen, to breathe in rhythm with the world. The first drops of rain fall, slow, heavy, full of life. They land on the broad leaves of ancient trees, making a quiet patter that echoes through the valleys. Soon, the rain thickens into a soft curtain of sound. Every leaf, every stone, every creature is touched by it. The ground darkens with warmth, the air fills with mist, and the world begins to hum with comfort. The dinosaurs stand still beneath the rain, their bodies glistening under the soft gray light. Some lower their heads, letting the drops slide down their backs. Others close their eyes, breathing in the scent of wet earth. Even the small ones stop moving, sitting beneath ferns or tall roots, listening to the rhythm around them. The sound of rain is steady, like a song made of tiny heartbeats. Sometimes the thunder speaks again, but softly, a low, rolling voice that fades as quickly as it comes. The sky flickers with faint light, gentle flashes that illuminate the mist for only a moment before disappearing. It feels more like a sigh than a storm, a slow reminder that even the sky needs to stretch and breathe. The rain falls for hours, maybe days. Time moves differently here, slowly, kindly. Rivers swell and flow through the forest, their surfaces broken only by soft ripples. Water drips from the tips of leaves in long, shining strings. The air grows cool, and everything smells clean. When the rain lightens, you can hear the soft dripping of water everywhere, from the branches, from the rocks, from the edges of nests. It is a gentle rhythm that fills the silence like the quiet ticking of time. The dinosaurs begin to move again, slowly and peacefully, their steps careful in the wet ground. Their tails leave faint trails that the next breeze will erase. The sky clears, but not all at once. The clouds drift apart, showing glimpses of pale blue and faint sunlight. Steam rises from the warm earth, curling through the air like soft smoke. The rain has passed, but its calm remains. The forest glows faintly, everything covered in silver droplets that catch the new light. In the distance, a soft rumble continues, thunder far away now, echoing like a dream. It fades slowly, blending into the hum of wind and water. The air feels gentle against your skin, cool and quiet. The world is clean again, freshly painted by the storm. You can almost feel yourself standing there, under that ancient sky. The rain has stopped, but its song still lingers in your mind, steady, soothing, full of rhythm. It's the kind of sound that quiets thoughts, that fills the space between heartbeats. The earth sighs. The clouds drift away. The sky begins to blush with evening light. The dinosaurs rest once more, their bodies warm from the fading sun, their minds calm from the passing rain. The air carries only peace now, the kind that hums softly through everything. The strange, changing sky of the ancient world was never cruel. It was alive, gentle, and endless, a lullaby sung by clouds, rain, and thunder. And even now, if you listen closely, you can still hear it in every quiet night, in every soft storm that drifts across your window. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a vast green plain under a quiet sky. The air is still and cool, touched with the scent of grass after rain. The sun has set, leaving a warm golden glow that fades slowly into blue. In this gentle twilight, the great ones rest. All across the open fields, the giants lie together. Their huge bodies rise and fall with each deep, slow breath. The sound of their breathing fills the air like a low and peaceful wind. It is steady, soft, endless, the rhythm of life itself. When one exhales, the grass moves in gentle waves. When another shifts in sleep, the earth hums beneath it, not in fear, but in harmony. The whole world seems to breathe with them. The sky above is a soft blanket of stars, glowing faintly through the mist. The moon hangs low, silver and kind, casting long shadows across the sleeping herd. You can see the outlines of necks and tails curve like rivers through the grass, their shapes calm and beautiful in the moonlight. A faint shimmer of warmth rises from their skin, glowing like breath made visible. Between them, smaller dinosaurs nestle close to their parents, their tiny chests moving in slow rhythm. Sometimes one lets out a faint sound, not a call, not a cry, just a sleepy sigh that fades into the quiet. The others remain still, their bodies pressed close, safe in the warmth of the herd. The air hums with life but no noise. Insects drift lazily through the air, their soft wings glowing in the moonlight. The grass sways gently, whispering secrets to the night. Every sound, every movement feels slow, deliberate, peaceful. The world has fallen into a deep, contented dream. Far away, a warm wind moves over the hills, carrying with the scent of flowers and wet soil. It touches the resting giants, gliding across their scales like a mother's hand, smoothing the air, calming everything it meets. The stars shimmer above, reflected faintly in the pools left by the day's rain. The land is silent except for the sound of breathing, slow, deep, endless. One of the giants shifts, turning slightly in the grass. A few birds lift into the air, circle once, then settle again. Even their wings make no sound. It feels as though the whole world has agreed to rest. No rush, no fear, no reason to move. Time itself seems to pause, wrapped in the comfort of stillness. If you were to walk through that field, you would feel it, the quiet heartbeat of the earth beneath your feet, the gentle warmth of life all around you. You would hear the steady breath of the dinosaurs, low and deep, blending perfectly with the wind. You might even feel smaller, lighter, part of something vast and kind. The night deepens. The stars turn slowly above the horizon. The giants remain still, wrapped in sleep, their minds empty of worry. They are safe here, under a sky that has watched them for millions of nights. The earth beneath them feels alive and steady, holding them like a cradle. You can almost feel your own breathing match theirs, slow, steady, calm. The same air fills your lungs, the same quiet rhythm flows through you. The same peace that holds the giants now begins to hold you too. The plains stretch on forever, full of resting life, full of warmth. The night hums gently around them. The world, for a moment, is perfect, soft, silent, timeless. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the ancient plains long after the footsteps have faded. The air is still, the grass has grown tall, and the world has fallen into a deep and quiet peace. The giants that once walked here are gone, but the earth remembers. It always remembers. Beneath the surface, deep under roots and stone, their bones rest, not cold, not forgotten, but cradled gently by the soil. The earth has wrapped them in layers of time, turning them from living shapes into quiet memory. Each bone, each fragment, becomes part of something larger. They do not vanish. They change, slowly, beautifully, until they belong to the ground itself. Imagine touching the soil here. It is warm from the sun, soft beneath your fingers. Hidden within it are traces of life long past, the curve of a rib, the hollow of a footprint, the faint impression of skin pressed into mud that hardened over millions of years. These are the earth's quiet keepsakes, held carefully so they will never be lost. The bones dissolve little by little, blending with minerals and stone, until they become one with the rock around them. They turn from white to gold to soft gray, taking on the colors of the earth. What was once alive becomes solid and still, and yet in that stillness there is something eternal. The memory of movement remains. The energy of life never leaves. It only changes form. The rivers flow above, carrying pieces of dust that were once parts of giants. The rain falls, soaking into the ground, touching the hidden fossils with new water from the sky. The cycle continues, life returning to earth, earth giving life again. Nothing ends here. It all becomes something else. Sometimes the wind uncovers a bone, polishing it gently with sand. Sunlight touches it for the first time in millions of years, and it glows faintly, almost as if it recognizes the warmth. The world looks at it again, remembering the creatures that once breathed, once moved, once slept under the same stars. It is not sadness, it is connection. It is a quiet truth that all things belong to one another. Even as the bones become stone, they keep their shape, a record of time, a whisper of what once was. Scientists will one day find them, brush away the dust, and feel the same wonder you feel now. They will see that the earth never truly forgets anything. It carries every story in its heart. The grass above sways softly in the wind, its roots reaching down into the soil, touching the old bones below. From death comes new life, from silence comes growth. The same minerals that once built great creatures now feed the plants, the trees, the rivers. Every breath of air you take carries traces of that ancient world. Every drop of rain that falls has touched something timeless. In this endless circle, nothing disappears. The dinosaurs live on, in the dust, in the water, in the light that shines across the land. Their bodies became the mountains, their breath became the wind, their stories became the ground we walk upon. And as you imagine it now, the quiet bones beneath your feet, resting, blending, becoming, you can feel that same stillness inside you, a calm knowing that everything changes, but nothing truly ends. Every part of life finds its way back to peace. The earth hums softly, holding its memories close, whispering them to the wind. The stars above shine like eyes that have seen it all before. The world is full of quiet stories, and each one is still alive, just sleeping. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a quiet night when the air is cool and full of wonder. The world is still. The trees stand like gentle shadows, and far above, the stars bloom softly in the dark. Beneath them, the dinosaurs rest, not all sleeping, not all dreaming, but watching. Their eyes glimmer faintly with the same starlight that shines on you now. They do not have words, but they have thoughts, small, slow, quiet sparks that move like wind through their minds. A young one lifts its head, feeling the cool air move across its skin. It doesn't understand the wind, not yet, but it feels something in it, a rhythm, a story, a pull toward the sky. Its breath slows. Its eyes follow the stars. The night is calm, but alive. The ground hums with the heartbeat of the earth. The river murmurs softly through the darkness, carrying light from the moon in gentle ripples. In the distance, you can hear the faint call of another creature, not a warning, not a song, just a sound, floating freely through the cool air. It's as if the whole world is thinking, quietly, together. One of the great giants shifts its massive head, gazing toward the heavens. The stars shimmer on its eyes like tiny fires reflected in deep pools. Perhaps it doesn't know what they are, only that they exist, far away and bright. But in that moment of looking, something happens. A thought appears, small and light as a feather. It is not hunger, not instinct, but curiosity, the beginning of awareness, the beginning of wonder. Maybe the dinosaurs could feel time in ways we cannot, not as seconds or days, but as movement and stillness, as warmth and cold, as a changing sky above them. When they stood beneath the stars, maybe they felt the shape of tomorrow hidden inside the wind, the knowledge that the world would keep going long after they had passed through it. The breeze moves through the tall ferns, brushing against their skin, whispering secrets from far-off lands. The dinosaurs breathe deeply, and something inside them listens. They do not know they are listening, but they do. The first kind of thought is not made of words. It is made of feeling, of quiet connection, of being part of everything without needing to name it. A small creature walks out from under the trees. Its feathers shimmer faintly in the moonlight. It lifts its head, looks at the stars, and stands very still. Its heartbeat slows. For a moment, it feels as though it could almost understand, not with its mind, but with its being. The stars move, the wind hums, the earth breathes, and in that harmony, life begins to think about itself for the first time. The night deepens, the moon drifts higher. Some dinosaurs close their eyes and fall into gentle dreams. What do they dream of? Perhaps not in images, but in sensations, the warmth of sunlight, the coolness of water, the sound of rain, the rhythm of the earth beneath their feet. Their dreams are simple, but beautiful. They dream of the world itself. And in doing so, they teach it how to dream too. The stars above continue their slow dance. Light travels across the sky, touching every mountain, every leaf, every sleeping creature. Time passes, though no one counts it. The world turns softly, carrying its thoughts forward, shaping them little by little into something new. These quiet moments, a look at the sky, a feeling of the wind, a heartbeat slowing in peace, are the first sparks of awareness. The dinosaurs do not know they are dreaming of tomorrow. They only know that the world is full of mystery and that it feels right to look, to feel, to wonder. And maybe that is all awareness ever was, the soft beginning of curiosity, born under ancient stars. As you imagine them now, lying beneath that glowing sky, let your mind be still like theirs. Let your thoughts soften into quiet shapes that drift and fade, like clouds over the moon. Feel the same connection, the same calm curiosity that filled the air that night. The same feeling that everything is part of one endless, gentle thought. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep tonight. As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world just after the storm. The sky is quiet again, washed clean by rain and time. The ground is dark and warm, still steaming softly from the breath of the volcano. The air carries a faint scent of ash and life, a strange mix of endings and beginnings. Everything feels new, yet ancient. The earth has always known how to heal. Even when fire covered the land, even when rivers turned to steam and mountains glowed red with molten light, it never stopped breathing. It never forgot how to begin again. The storms would come and go, the ground would tremble, but always, after the noise, there was peace. The earth waited for its own heartbeat to steady, and then, gently, quietly, it would start to grow again. Imagine the volcano now, no longer angry, no longer roaring. Its light has faded to a soft glow, and thin streams of smoke rise lazily into the morning sky. Around its edges, the black stone still shimmers with warmth, but cracks have begun to form, tiny and delicate. From those cracks, small shoots of green begin to appear, fragile, yet fearless. The first leaves of new life, pushing through the ashes toward the sun. Down in the valley, the rivers return. The rain has filled them again, and their waters move slowly over the fresh earth, carrying bits of ash and soil downstream. The water is dark at first, but clear beneath the surface. It hums quietly, washing away what was broken, smoothing the edges, returning balance to the land. The air feels cooler now. The wind is soft, the light golden. Across the plains, the dinosaurs step carefully, feeling the warmth of the soil beneath their feet. The ground is new, soft, rich, full of promise. They move without fear, sensing that the danger has passed. Some stop to drink from the rising streams, their reflections bending in the rippling water. Others walk through the cooling fields, where the air still shimmers faintly with a memory of fire. It is a quiet kind of rebirth. The forest, once dark and covered in ash, begins to whisper again. Small ferns uncurl from the ground, their green brighter than before. Seeds that had waited under the soil awaken, their roots reaching into the warm earth, finding strength in what the fire left behind. Life returns, not in rush or noise, but in soft, steady movement, one leaf, one drop, one breath at a time. The volcano watches over it all, no longer fierce, but calm and wise. It exhales soft plumes of smoke, pale against the blue of the new sky. Its slopes, once red with flame, are now dark and still, ready to cradle life once more. The mountain has burned, but it has also created. From destruction came soil rich enough to feed the next generation of forests. Even the air feels different now. It carries peace instead of fear. It hums with quiet energy, the sound of things beginning again. The earth never forgets what it has been through, but it does not hold on to pain. It folds every scar into beauty. It turns every ending into a beginning. The rivers sparkle in the sunlight. The birds, small and bright, return to perch on the new branches. Flowers bloom where the ash was thickest, their colors shining against the gray. The world feels tender, alive, and healed. The dinosaurs rest beside the calm waters, their reflections surrounded by new green. The ground that once burned now cools their feet. The wind that once howled now carries only the faint music of leaves brushing together. The earth is quiet again, but stronger, wiser, softer, and as you imagine this world, you can feel it too, the same calm renewal after every storm. The same warmth that follows the cold, the same growth that follows stillness. No matter what breaks, the earth always remembers how to heal. So do you. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a warm night in the age of dinosaurs. The air is still, yet full of life, a soft pulse that moves through the grass, the trees, the water. The sun has gone, leaving behind a pale glow on the horizon, and the world has begun to hum its nightly song. It starts quietly, a single sound, the croak of a small frog near a pond. Then another answers, and another, until the water's edge is alive with gentle rhythm. Their voices echo across the valley, blending into a chorus that feels both new and eternal. Above them, insects drift through the air, their wings making faint, silver sounds, like tiny strings being plucked by the wind. The forest joins in next. The tall trees creak softly, their leaves brushing one another as a breeze passes through. Somewhere far away, a deep, slow call rolls across the open plains, the sound of a dinosaur greeting the night. It is not a roar or a cry. It is low and deep, like a note from the earth itself, vibrating through the ground and fading gently into silence. The smaller creatures respond, whispering to each other in clicks and hums. Their eyes glow faintly in the dark, tiny reflections of the stars above. Each sound finds its place, each pause filled by another note. The night becomes a living song, calm, layered, endless. You can almost feel it, the peace in the air, the warmth that lingers after the day's sun. The rivers glimmer faintly under the moonlight, moving slow and quiet. The frogs keep singing, the insects keep droning, and the dinosaurs' deep calls rise every now and then, reminding the land that all is well. The air smells of wet earth and soft flowers. Mist gathers low to the ground, drifting like a slow, breathing cloud. In the distance, a few stars reflect on the surface of a lake, trembling with the ripples of a passing breeze. Everything moves gently, nothing sudden, nothing loud. You can see a small group of dinosaurs resting near the trees. One shifts its head, letting out a low, sleepy hum. Another answers quietly, a soft rumble that sounds more like comfort than speech. They breathe together, slow and calm, their chests rising and falling in rhythm with the sounds around them. Even their dreams seem to join the song. The world feels complete. No silence, no chaos, only balance. The night has its own language, made of countless tiny voices, each one a thread in the fabric of peace. The wind, the water, the creatures, all blend into one gentle lullaby that seems to travel forever across the dark. If you listen closely, you can hear it everywhere, in the whisper of the leaves, the drip of water, the heartbeat of the land itself. The world is not asleep yet, but it is resting, letting its pulse slow. The night holds it gently, wrapping every sound in softness. The moon watches from above, calm and round, its light falling over everything, the ponds, the trees, the resting giants. Its glow turns every scale, every leaf, every ripple into silver. Even the smallest sounds sparkle beneath it, the sigh of the wind, the chirp of an unseen creature, the steady rhythm of distant life. The night does not need silence to be peaceful. Its beauty comes from harmony, from every sound knowing when to begin and when to fade. The world hums itself to sleep, and even the stars seem to listen. And as you breathe now, slowly and gently, you can hear the same music within yourself, the rhythm of your breath, the calm beat of your heart. You are part of that same night, that same timeless song that has never stopped playing. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the soft breath of morning after a long, gentle rain. The air is warm and wet, carrying the scent of fresh earth and clean leaves. Mist curls across the ground like slow-moving clouds, wrapping the world in pale silver. Every drop of water glows faintly in the rising light. The storm has passed. The earth is resting. The sun begins to rise, not quickly, but like a soft flame spreading across the horizon. Its light slips through the trees, golden and sleepy, touching every leaf, every stone, every blade of grass. Steam rises from the wet ground, drifting upward in thin ribbons that disappear into the air. The forest hums quietly, not with noise, but with calm energy. Everything feels lighter, softer, renewed. In the distance, the first dinosaurs begin to move. Their great bodies glisten in the morning light, covered in dew that shines like small stars. They stretch their necks and tails, slow and deliberate, waking from the long, still hours of rain. One takes a deep breath, its chest expanding with the scent of the new day. Another lowers its head to the wet grass, drinking from a puddle that reflects a pink sky. Their movements are peaceful, no rush, no sound beyond the soft brush of their feet against the ground. The trees drip gently. Each drop falls with a tiny note, like the rhythm of a slow, forgotten song. The sound is everywhere, in the ferns, in the puddles, in the soft folds of the earth. It's the music of morning, quiet and sure. The air is warm now, but still heavy with moisture. Every breath feels full and slow. You can almost see it shimmer, golden light mixing with mist, floating through the branches in thin waves. The dinosaurs move through it like shadows made of calm. Their eyes blink lazily. Their skin catches a light in soft colors, bronze, green, blue-gray. The world around them shines, alive again but not awake enough to hurry. A small breeze moves through the valley, carrying the smell of wet bark and new grass. It brushes the dinosaurs' sides and ripples of water in the puddles. A few birds call from far away, their songs clear and gentle, rising through the air like smoke. The sound blends with a whisper of steam and dripping leaves, forming a lullaby for the waking earth. The rivers, once swollen from the storm, have calmed again. Their surfaces are smooth and dark, mirroring the light of the sky. You can see the reflections of trees and long-necked silhouettes bending to drink. Ripples spread slowly, fading as quickly as they form. All around, the land glows in warm color, gold near the sun, pale green in the forest, deep blue in the shadows. It feels timeless, untouched, perfect. The storm has washed everything clean, leaving only softness behind. Even the air tastes gentle, full of life but empty of rush. The dinosaurs move together through the mist, their steps slow and heavy but full of peace. Steam rises from their backs in the sunlight, vanishing as they pass into the open field. The world exhales, stretching itself beneath the calm sky. The light keeps spreading, golden and tender, filling every corner with warmth. You can almost feel it, the peace of a world reborn after rain. The air is warm against your skin, the earth cool beneath your feet. Every sound, every color, every breath is part of a single, sleepy rhythm. Nothing is broken. Everything is alive. The storm is only a memory now, its song replaced by quiet balance. The land has forgiven the rain, and the rain has blessed the land. Together they have created this, a calm morning full of warmth, light, and peace. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the earth long ago, quiet, breathing, full of hidden dreams. The air was soft, the rivers slow, the forest wide and deep. Every living thing moved gently through the rhythm of life, guided not by words or plans, but by the simple pull of being alive. At first, the world did not think. It simply felt. The wind moved the leaves. The tides kissed the shore. The creatures walked and ate and rested. There was no need to wonder. Everything just was. The heart of life beat in silence, steady and calm. But deep within that stillness, something began to change. Tiny sparks, like the first stars in the dark sky, began to flicker inside living minds. Not thoughts as we know them, but something small, the beginning of noticing. The sense that the world was not just around them, but part of them. That the light meant warmth, that the sound meant life, that the breath of wind meant movement. The dinosaurs were part of this change. When they lifted their heads to the wind, when they looked at the stars, when they cared for their young, they were taking part in the slow awakening of life's mind. It was not sudden. It was quiet, a thought born like dawn, slow and golden, spreading its light gently across the world. You can imagine it now, a mother dinosaur turning her head toward the sound of her child's call. She does not think in words, but she knows. She understands care, warmth, safety. A small step toward what one day would be called love. A spark glowing softly in the darkness of time. Over endless ages, those sparks grew brighter. The world began to notice itself more deeply. Creatures learned not only to live, but to feel. The earth began to hum with awareness, not sharp or loud, but peaceful, like a melody that drifts through leaves at dusk. A small creature pauses beside a river. It sees its reflection for the first time, a faint outline rippling in the water. It tilts its head, curious, calm. It doesn't know what it's seeing, but it feels something, recognition, maybe wonder. The water moves, and the image fades, but the feeling stays. The beginning of thought, the quiet spark of I am. The forests grow, the skies open, and life keeps thinking in its own slow way. Every instinct softens into awareness. Every movement becomes a choice. The air is still the same, but the world feels different now, more awake, more connected. Each heartbeat carries memory. Each breath carries meaning. Even the earth seems to think. The mountains hold memories of pressure and change. The rivers remember every path they have carved. The sky learns how to hold light, how to calm itself after storms. Everything begins to move not just with purpose, but with presence. Thought does not break the peace. It deepens it. With awareness comes gentleness, the realization that life is fragile, precious, shared. When a creature pauses before taking, when it listens before moving, that is thought. When it feels the world around it and knows it belongs, that is the beginning of wisdom. All minds, no matter how small, carry the same light, the same spark that first appeared when the world began to wonder about itself. That light has never gone out. It glows in every living thing, from the smallest creature to the stars that still watch above. You can feel it within yourself too, the quiet thought that drifts between breaths, soft and clear. It does not rush or demand. It simply exists, like the hum of the earth, like the sound of your heartbeat, like the memory of every living thing that ever looked to the sky and felt its place beneath it. The world learned to think slowly, kindly, beautifully. Each thought was a step toward light, and every creature, even those long gone, helped it happen. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine time not as numbers or years, but as an ocean, wide, endless, and calm. The waves move slowly, rolling one after another, each one carrying a piece of the world forward. You can hear them in your mind, soft, steady, never-ending. This is how the earth moves through time, not rushing, not stopping, only breathing. Millions of years pass like ripples across water. Forests grow and fade. Mountains rise and fall back into the sea. The light of the sun warms the same ground again and again, and the air carries the same quiet hum of life. The earth changes, but it never truly breaks. It turns, it heals, it continues, always. The dinosaurs walk across this great ocean of time. They come in waves, each kind bringing something new, shapes, sounds, colors, lives. Some are tall as trees, others small enough to hide beneath ferns. 4 ages, they fill the world with motion and balance. You can almost see them, walking slowly across valleys of mist, their footsteps pressing gently into the soil. Each step leaves a mark, and when they move on, the earth smooths it away, not in loss, but in peace. Time carries them all. It carries storms and sunlight, hatching eggs and falling rain. The air stays warm, the rivers keep singing, and the earth keeps breathing below them. Life moves in circles, not lines. When one thing fades, another begins. There is no hurry, no sadness, only the quiet rhythm of change. Imagine standing on that land as it shifts through ages. Beneath your feet, layers of soil form and disappear, forests bloom and fall, oceans come and go. The air you breathe now once brushed the wings of ancient insects, once filled the lungs of creatures that no longer roam. You are part of the same air, the same earth, the same dream. Even as entire worlds rise and fade, the planet stays steady. Its heart beats deep below, slow and sure. Volcanoes sleep, then wake, then sleep again. Rivers carve their way through stone, only to find the sea once more. The sky changes color, but the stars remain silent and faithful. And in the middle of all this, life continues its long walk, step by slow step. Dinosaurs come, live, and return to the soil that made them. They do not vanish. They become part of everything else. Their bones turn to stone. Their breath becomes wind. Their world becomes ours. The earth remembers them not in grief, but in gratitude. Each age leaves behind its own music. The sound of waves, the whisper of trees, the low call of creatures long gone. Together, they make a song that never ends. You can feel that song even now, humming beneath your thoughts. It is in your heartbeat, in the air that touches your skin, in the quiet rhythm of your breath. You are small in this vast sea of time, but you are safe within it. The same force that carried the dinosaurs carries you too, gently, endlessly, lovingly. The waves of time keep moving, smooth and patient. They will move long after tonight, long after tomorrow. There is no rush to reach the end, because there is no end, only the steady breath of the universe, flowing forever. The world has been many things: forest, ocean, desert, snow. It has held giants and tiny lives alike. Yet through it all, it has always been kind enough to begin again. It never stops turning. It never stops dreaming. And so, as you listen now, imagine yourself resting on the shore of that great ocean of time. The waves move softly, brushing your mind with peace. The air is warm. The earth is steady beneath you. You are part of the story, small, but safe, quiet, and infinite. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the earth in its final days before change, calm, golden, and full of quiet life. The air is warm, heavy with the scent of flowers and wet leaves. The forests glow beneath the soft sun. The rivers move lazily, their waters smooth and bright. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing knows what is coming. It is simply another day in the endless rhythm of the world. The dinosaurs move slowly through the tall grass. Their scales shine in the afternoon light, their footsteps soft against the damp soil. A mother watches a young wonder near a pond, their reflection shimmering in the clear water. They splash, they drink, they rest beneath the white trees. Around them, insects drift through the air, wings catching the sun like tiny sparks. Everything feels full, alive, unbroken. In the distance, great herds graze across open plains that stretch as far as the eye can see. The wind passes over them gently, carrying the scent of earth and the hum of countless lives. The sky above is endless blue, touched by faint white clouds that move like dreams. The mountains glow faintly in the light, quiet guardians of the land. It is peaceful, so peaceful that the world feels half asleep. The calls of distant creatures echo softly, blending into the rustle of trees and the song of flowing rivers. Even the air moves slowly, wrapping every sound in warmth. The forests are alive with color, greens deep and endless, flowers blooming in the shade, light filtering down in golden patches that dance across the ground. Birds with feathered arms and bright eyes leap between branches, chasing invisible paths through the air. Their calls rise and fall like a lullaby for the afternoon. By the shore of a great inland lake, small dinosaurs rest in the sun. The water is perfectly still, mirroring the sky so clearly that it feels as though the world is floating. A few ripples move across the surface, made by something unseen beneath, a fish, a leaf, a dream. The light shimmers across it all. As evening comes, the air turns soft and pink. The sun sinks behind the trees, casting long shadows over the land. The warmth of the day lingers, touching everything like a promise that nothing ever truly ends. The dinosaurs move toward their resting places, their steps slow and steady. You can hear their deep breathing, the low hum of their bodies settling into sleep. The night arrives quietly. The stars begin to appear, one by one, scattered like silver dust across the dark sky. The moon rises, calm and full, lighting the world with its cool glow. The forest falls still again. The rivers shine faintly in the darkness, carrying reflections of starlight downstream. A gentle breeze moves through the ferns, bending them like a slow wave. The air hums with life, with peace, with the steady breath of a planet unaware of endings. It feels timeless, a moment the universe will hold forever, because of how complete it is, how calm. Even the smallest creature, sleeping under a leaf, feels safe. Even the tallest tree sways softly, whispering its leaves to the night. The earth itself seems to sigh, not in sorrow, but in contentment. It has created, grown, and lived in beauty for ages upon ages. Tomorrow will bring change, but the world doesn't know it. Tonight belongs only to peace, to the hum of crickets, the glow of moonlight, the sound of soft breathing across the land, to the rhythm of life, steady, perfect, unaware. The dinosaurs dream under the silver sky. The mountains stand watch in silence. The rivers murmur to the stars. It is the last calm before the dawn of something new, and it is beautiful, still, gentle, full of love. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a still night, warm, calm, and endless. The stars are shining brighter than ever, scattered like silver dust across the dark sky. The world below is quiet. Dinosaurs sleep in the open fields. The rivers whisper softly, and the wind moves through the trees like a slow lullaby. Everything is peaceful. Then, far beyond the clouds, something begins to move. A new light appears in the heavens, faint at first, like a star that wasn't there before. It grows slowly, glowing brighter with every passing moment. It doesn't roar or scream. It simply glides across the sky, leaving behind a long, shimmering tail of silver fire. The sleeping world stays. Some creatures lift their heads, blinking at the strange glow. The lakes reflect the streak of light, turning the water to molten gold. The air feels still, watching. The light is not frightening. It is beautiful, almost gentle, like a lantern drifting through the night. The great herd stand in silence. The forest shimmer with soft reflections. The falling star crosses the horizon, slow and graceful, as if time itself has slowed to watch. It shines brighter than the moon for just a moment, a final light, pure and endless. Then, far away, it touches the earth. There is no sound at first, only light, vast, blinding, golden. The sky glows as though the sun has risen twice. For a heartbeat, the world shines, and then, slowly, darkness begins to spread. The air cools. The glow fades. The light that came from the heavens disappears beneath the horizon. The earth trembles softly, not with anger, but with exhaustion, as if sighing deeply after a long, long day. The wind hushes. The rivers pause. Even the stars seem to fade behind a veil of gray. The warmth of the world sinks inward, folding itself into silence. Ash drifts down like snow, soft and slow. It covers the leaves, the water, the sleeping shapes of trees. The dinosaurs grow still, their movements fading into the quiet. The sky turns dark, but not in fear, in rest. The light that once shone above now hides within the earth, glowing faintly beneath its skin. It is not the end. It is the beginning of sleep. The planet, weary from its long story, closes its eyes. The clouds wrap it like a blanket. The oceans calm. The mountains settle. Everything breathes once more, slower, deeper, quieter. The world dreams again. In the stillness, seeds lie hidden in the soil, waiting. Beneath the dark, warmth remains. Deep in the oceans, tiny sparks of life glow faintly, patient and alive. The earth remembers how to begin. It always does. And so, the light that fell from the sky becomes part of the planet's heart, a memory, a promise, a quiet transformation. The dinosaurs are gone, but their peace lingers in the soil, the water, the air. Nothing truly ends. It only changes shape, waiting for the next dawn. The sky is dark now, but it feels full of sleep, full of memory, full of calm. The falling stars tuck the world into rest, covering it in silence and dream. The earth sleeps deeply, wrapped in night, waiting for light to return. And as you breathe, you can feel that same peace, the deep stillness after brightness, the comfort that follows letting go. The world rests, and so can you. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the long silence after the world had slept. The earth lay still beneath a gray sky. The oceans were quiet, the forests were gone, and the air was soft with mist and ash. It was not sadness, only rest. The planet had fallen into a deep and healing sleep. Then, slowly, light began to return. At first it was faint, a thin, golden glow at the edge of the clouds, like morning trying to remember itself. The air shimmered, the warmth crept back, and the ground began to breathe again. Beneath the soil, seeds that had waited through the darkness began to stir. They remembered the sun, the rain, the rhythm of life. One by one, they pushed tiny roots into the soft earth and reached upward. Small shoots of green broke through the gray. They were fragile, trembling in the new wind, but they did not stop. The first leaves opened, catching the weak light and holding it like treasure. Across the valleys, moss spread like a soft blanket, turning the land from shadow to color again. The earth sighed with relief. It was alive. The rain began to fall, gentle and warm. It touched the ground and washed away the dust, making the world shimmer with small reflections. Rivers found their voices again, trickling through the valleys, singing softly to the growing things. The air filled with the scent of wet soil and new beginnings. In the quiet, small creatures began to move. Tiny insects crawled over the new leaves, tasting the light for the first time in ages. From the edges of shallow ponds came ripples, life returning to the water. Frogs croaked softly, their voices blending with the wind. And above, in the still air, something stirred, wings. The birds had come back. They were small at first, their feathers carrying the colors of the morning. They sang short, uncertain songs that grew louder with each sunrise. Their voices filled the emptiness, turning silence into music once more. They built nests in the low branches of the new trees, bringing warmth and care back to the land. The sun rose higher each day, glowing with gentle gold instead of fire. It touched every corner of a recovering world. The mountains glimmered with dew, the lake sparkled, and the sky began to blush blue again. The earth felt light, like a deep breath taken after centuries of rest. Where the dinosaurs had once walked, new creatures wandered. Small mammals searched for food in the grass. Flowers opened, their colors soft but bright, pink, yellow, violet, painting hope across the hills. The world was no longer vast and loud. It was tender, calm, and full of quiet promise. Even the soil remembered kindness. It held a memory of everything that had lived before, every leaf, every breath, every heartbeat, and gave it back as nourishment. From the bones of the past grew the roots of the future. Life continued not as something new, but as something reborn. The wind moved gently again, carrying seeds through the air. Each one landed somewhere different, on rocks, in water, between cracks of stone, and each one grew. The planet was learning once more how to bloom. And as you imagine it now, the young Earth waking after its long sleep, you can feel that same quiet hope inside you, the warmth returning, the breath deepening, the light spreading slowly across your thoughts. No matter how long the night, morning always finds its way back. The birds sing a little louder now. The rivers move a little faster. The green spreads farther across the land. The world is alive again, softer, humbler, but full of light. It remembers what it was, and it forgives everything that came before. The earth is awake, gentle and shining. Life is small, but strong. The air hums with calm, and everything begins once more. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the world long after all storms have passed, after light and shadow have taken turns upon the earth for ages beyond counting. The air is still, the oceans breathe in long, gentle waves, and the land glows under a sky full of quiet stars. The earth is dreaming, not as it once did, but as it always has, slow, deep, and full of peace. The dinosaurs are no longer here as they were, but they are not gone. They have become part of everything. Their bones became the mountains, their breath became the wind, their hearts became the pulse of rivers. Every raindrop carries the memory of their footsteps. Every breeze that touches your face has moved through the same air they once breathed. The world holds them in its stillness. When the wind moves across the grass, it carries whispers of their ancient calm. When the waves roll toward the shore, they hum with the rhythm of their long, steady hearts. When a bird takes flight, it carries the spirit of their strength, the same courage that once walked beneath the stars. The earth never forgets. It turns their story into light, into soil, into sound. You can see it in the curve of a hill, the shimmer of the sea, the warmth of sunlight on your skin. Everything that ever lived is still here, changed but alive in new forms, quiet, gentle, eternal. The stars above look down on the same world they once watched, glowing softly, patient and kind. They see how life continues, how the smallest leaf holds the same beauty as the tallest creature that ever walked. The universe hums with the same calm rhythm that began so long ago when the first heartbeats echoed beneath ancient skies. The earth is still dreaming of rivers, of forests, of you. Its dream is not of endings but of continuations, of soft beginnings that never stop unfolding. Each moment flows into the next like water, smooth and without edge. The world rests in its own quiet balance, and so can you. Breathe with it now. Feel the slow, steady rhythm that connects you to everything, the soil beneath you, the air around you, the stars above you. All of it one dream, one heartbeat, one endless circle. The dinosaurs are part of it. You are part of it. Every sound, every breath, every moment is made from the same quiet energy that has moved through time since the beginning. Nothing is ever lost. Everything simply changes form, learning how to rest, how to rise again, how to keep dreaming. The earth turns beneath the stars, calm and steady. The oceans sigh. The wind drifts through the trees. The world sleeps, and in its sleep, it remembers everything, the warmth, the light, the peace that never leaves. Let that peace find you now. Let your body soften, your breath slow, your thoughts float like clouds across a quiet sky. You are safe here, part of the same gentle dream that has always been. The world will keep breathing, softly and endlessly, and you will breathe with it. Now, Let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep.